video is not a lot to do with them two because they're no use whatsoever on these reviews. But we're looking at the Allpowers S700 portable power station. And for those with good eyesight, you'll notice there's two of them. So as well as doing a review, we've got this one to give away to a subscriber. And they're totally not enthused by this at all. Have a look. Not another video, Dad. Oh, can't we just go and chase the ball? Well, let's have a look at some of the stats. So this is the Allpowers S700. It's a lithium ion battery, 660 watt hours. The interesting bits are down here though. So on AC you can get 700 watts and a surge up to 1400 watts. And then your DC, there's USB 1 standard connectors and one USB-C. The other specifications are on there. If you just freeze the frame, you'll see it. So in the box, you obviously get the power unit, and there's an accessory box, and there's a power brick, and a mains lead for that, and an instruction book. And that's all you get with this piece of kit. I have the 500 version of this unit, which lives in this cupboard. And it's about the same size as the 700. And I found it really useful because it's very portable. Nice simple layout. You've got lights either side with separate switches. You've got a DC switch there to switch the low power 12 volt side on, and then you press and hold the AC to put on the mains power for these two sockets. And the fans come on straight away, but only as it starts up. But if you start to use a lot of power or it's charging, it gets hot, the fans will come on. But they only stay on for a couple of minutes when you switch the AC on. This side you have your input, so that's where the power brick charging unit goes. So this here with a barrel connector plugs into here. This is for your solar input, or if you want to charge it from the car. And this here is your traditional output for your cigarette socket, the Old Faithful. On the other side you have 3 standard USB and 1 USB-C and 2 of these DC barrel outputs. These are all outputs, not inputs. So with any solar generator, you need to work out which one's the best one for you, for how much power usage you're going to use. So this small kettle we have in our camper van is really easy to use because it's electric and you don't have to put the gas on. And that uses 664 watts. And it'll say how long this will actually run this device for. So if this was on full power, 60 odd watts, it would run it for 35 minutes. So it's not the biggest power station in the world, but it's a size that its capacity is good enough to actually make you a hot drink. So likewise, this is a sandwich toaster, and that one's using 670 watts. So with running this, it will run for 34 minutes. And obviously it's not going to take half an hour to make a sandwich, and it's not going to take half an hour to boil your kettle. So with this very small pack, you can easily make yourself a toasted sandwich and a cup of coffee. But of course you've got USBs here for your phone charging or your laptop, and one USB-C. These little barrel connectors, these tend to be for lights, so LED lights. It also has a fold down handle, and it's got a rubber edge on there which clips down here to stop it bouncing about. So with the one I have in the cupboard in the back of the camper van, it doesn't rattle with the handle or anything, but it's a nice square shape. There's a lot to be said for power units that are square because you can fit them into usual places. You get some odd looking ones and ones with handles that are solid on the top, which are really difficult to locate. So it's a good, easy one to locate and would easily fit into the footwell of a car if you're car camping, or you just want to take it away for a power unit to charge your laptop or your e-bike batteries or whatever you need to do while you're away. So when you're buying any power pack or thinking of buying any power pack, you need to do the calculations. You need to understand what you're going to use it for, because the worst thing you could possibly do is buy a power pack that's far too big and cost you too much money for what you're actually going to use it for, or the other way around, it's going to be too small. So if you calculate like we've done here, look at what you're actually going to use in relation to watts. And if you look on most websites of products, it'll tell you what wattage a unit will use. And this is up to 700 watts. So this will give you 700 watts for an hour. The other good thing about these is when you actually look at these power packs or solar generators or whatever you call them, you usually pay about 100 English pound per watt hour. So this is a 700 or 660 watt unit, and you would expect to pay around 600 to 700 pound for this, but this is considerably lower cost. And the reason for that, it uses lithium ion batteries. It has a 1-year guarantee, and it's designed in a way to hit the lower end of the market, so a cheaper end of the market. So some of the functions you'll get on the brand new top of the range ones, you won't get in this, but it doesn't mean to say this isn't useful. This is a really useful size and a portable unit that you can take almost anywhere with you. It will fit in a rucksack. It's quite heavy. You've seen the weight size, but you could actually take it camping with you. Or if you're car camping, or if you're fishing, or if you're out on your e-bike and want to top your e-bike battery up, this is an ideal product for that. If you're away for a weekend and you're somewhere like this, and you've got your e-bike with you, and you want to recharge it, this is great for this. I don't know if you can see it on here, but it's using about 80 watts. And it'll say it'll charge this, run this power supply to charge that battery. It'll say it'll run it for 5 hours. There's nothing worse than being in a beautiful place like this with your e-bike. You've had a great day out and you're away for a weekend and you want to be back out there again. So having these auxiliary power units are just great. Look at that. Spring's on its way. What a lovely day. So if you're thinking of buying one of these, look at those criteria. The amount of power you're going to use, how much power this will give, how much power it will give constantly, how much boost power it will give, what type of battery is it. So this is a lithium ion battery, which are cheaper to make than the lithium phosphate batteries. And these have a lower recycling process than the lithium phosphate batteries. So what that means is the iron phosphate ones, there's so many cycles it will do, probably about 500 cycles before the capacity of the battery drops to 80%. If it had a lithium phosphate battery in, you'd pay a lot more, but you'd get like 3,000 cycles with that type of battery system. So that's why these are really competitive on price, and they're very usable for most what people need. But if you think of the recycling, how many charge cycles you get by the time it gets to 80%, you can still use it, but it only means that the capacity of the battery in it is 80%. It'll still work exactly the same, but you won't have as much capacity. It won't last as long. On there, it's plugged into the charging brick from the mains, and it's taking 110 watts power in there. From flat, this will charge from the mains in 3 hours. The unit does come with an app. There's a button on here to switch on the Bluetooth, or you can do it through the Wi-Fi, the internet, and you can switch various units on and off, and you can switch the LED lights on and off. So you can put this in a garage out the way in your camper van and still switch units on and off from the remote, and it gives you all the information there about how much power is in the unit, how long it'll last, and when it's charged, and it'll show you the charging rate as well. Nice and easy to use, not complicated at all. So the results for the Alllight giveaway. As usual, I'm filming this before the closing date, so I'll put a slide in now who's won this, and I'll send you a message through YouTube for the comments, and we'll contact you each other through email, and we'll get this in the post out to you as soon as we possibly can. Regarding this as a giveaway, this is going to be given away to one of my subscribers, and the usual process to winning this is that you need to be a subscriber to this channel, and in this video comment box just leave a comment, I want one, and we'll randomly choose one as we always do, and we'll get this out to you, and we'll cover the postage. I won't contact you for any money or anything. We'll cover the postage, and we'll get it out to you as soon as possible. And these are a great piece of kit. Don't underestimate these. Good value, good price, and a reliable product. I've had that 500 one in the cupboard up there for over a year now, and it gets used quite a lot. So the closing date for the giveaway is, I don't know, so I'll put that down here now, and by that closing date, or soon after that closing date, I'll put another video out, and we'll incorporate the winner of this, and we'll contact you and get it out to you. Thanks as always for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Loud crowds on the street as I walk by. There's a fight